Okay, children. So we understood about the economic activities, that is the classification of economic activities, the primary, secondary and tertiary sector. So later, let us see, due to some historical and cultural reasons, there is a division of labor between men and women. So in the last class, we have seen the two stories. One it is about Sakal and one more it is about Vilas. So there we have seen that what happens, children, the male person of a family will be working and they were earning better than compared to women. So the many, the situations, what happens? The ladies were not paid for their services which they are rendering. Okay, so that is what here they are telling. The majority or the major places we can see that, the men will be awarded more for the market activities and not the women. The women will not be much exposed to the market activity. Okay, so in the stories we have seen, right, children? So the Vilas mother Sheila, so how she was doing? Sorry, Sakal's mother. So she was doing the household works and she was taking care of the entire family and the children, and she was, she was into home. But she was not paid for her services or the work. But her husband, he was working outside and he was earning and he was rearing the entire family. Yes or no? So he was earning money. So that will be called as a economic activities. Okay. So what happens here, due to some historical and cultural reasons, we have divided the labor into men and women. Okay. See, so in that situation, what happens, children, when we consider the men and women, our division of the work? So here what happens, the women, when they entered into the market field, like Sakal's mother, his father, they died, he was, selling the fish and he died. Later, there was no one to support the family. So that time his mother only entered to the market activity and she started to sell the fish and she started to earn the money. Okay, so when women entered into the market activity, then they will be paid. But here what happens? Education and skill matters a lot to earn the money. Okay, in any economic activity, to gain the good position, education and the skills matters a lot. Okay, hope you understood, no, children? Education and skills are the key factors. And the one more thing, what happens, you will be seeing the many, the workers or the laborers are quite secure than few other, the workers. Why? What is the reason? This is very much important. Because few are secured, few women, the working in the unorganized sector where they are not secured, they'll be paid very less salary. Yes or no, children? And they are working hard, but they are giving the very less pay or the salary, and there is no security for their work, and there is no proper leave policies for them, and there is no maternity leave, there is no sick leave. Okay, so there are a lot of problems for women also. But nowadays, so with the acquiring of the skills and knowledge through the education, even the women started to compete with men. In some organized sector, even women are in a very good position due to, yes, their education and the skills. Children, in which position you want to be? In organized sector or unorganized sector? Yes, everyone dreams to be in organized sector. So let us see in detail about organized and unorganized sectors of organized sector. See, this is very much important. In your 10th standard, it is, explained in detail. So this is a base, children. Hope you people listen carefully. Okay, it's not there in your textbook, but you have to make a note of this. See, organized sector comprises enterprises where the term of employment is regular and the job is assured. So here what happens in the organized sector, children? The employment is regular. They'll be having the regular work. There will be no gap in the work. And along with that, they'll be having a security, job security we call. That is what they're telling, job assurance is there. But whereas in the unorganized sector, see, it is comprises the small units where jobs are not regular and hence the job is not assured. So the seasonal work, so some unorganized sector, what happens like a construction activity or like a seasonal employment, what happens when there is a work only that time they'll be hiring the laborers and then the remaining time they'll be sending off. So there will be no job assurance and there will be no regular work for unorganized sector people. Okay, and the next one it is, companies are registered by the government and have to follow rules and regulations. So in organized sector, it has to be registered by the government offices, and along with that, according to the law, the labor policies or the labor law, it has to follow some rules and regulations. Okay, but here in the unorganized sector, see, the companies are outside the control of the government. They have rules and regulations, but these are not followed. So here what happens, it's a private management and where they'll be not following any of the rules and regulations. Okay, so that's the reason, the organized sector people or the workers are more secured than unorganized sector people. And the next point, employees in the organized sector have fixed working hours and they are paid if they work overtime. So guys, you have to understand, there will be, the exact working time. It is, the minimum working time is 8 hours. But, if they are working extra, if they are staying 1 hour extra and, working, they will be paid overtime. That is OT. Overtime pay will be added for them. But coming to the unorganized sector, they'll not be having any fixed timings and they'll not be having any proper wages or the salaries and see here. See, unorganized sector are paid low wages which are not regular. There is no provision of payment if they work overtime. So even though if they're working overtime, there is no, the limitation for the working hours for them. Just 8 hours, no. They have to work sometimes 12 hours, 15 hours. There is no limitation for those people. Okay? Yes, children. Employees in the organized sector gets social security benefits such as pension, provident fund, paid leave, sick leaves, all those things. So what happens? Even if they are not well, they'll be getting a leave by paying the salaries. But in unorganized sector, the workers will not be get benefits such as pension, provident fund, and there are no paid leaves and no leaves due to sickness. Even they are not well also, they'll not be paid for them. Okay, so hope you people understood about organized and unorganized sector, children. So here in the organized sector, it has to be registered in the government and follow some rules and regulations. But here in unorganized sector, there is no rules and regulations. And here, the fixed working hours, fixed salary will be there, job assurance will be there. But coming to the unorganized sector, there is no job assurance, the fixed, the working hours will be there. Okay. Okay, children. So we can see some examples for organized sector like banking and some government, the offices, all those things. But coming to the unorganized sector, like daily wages workers we can see, or some, the garments factories. So those workers and all will not be having any security and the job assurance. Okay. And the next one about, see, the plight of women employed in unorganized sector. So the many women we can see that they will be working in a unorganized sector. What is the main reason, children? Because they will be, acquire the very less education along with the skills. So that is the reason the maximum women were, into unorganized sector. But now due to the education and due to the lot of changes, we can see even the women are competing with the men. But earlier and all, it was not a situation. Even now also, in some areas or some parts of our country we can see that still women are cornered, and that is the reason we have started with the many facilities. Okay, women empowerment programs and all we have started. Okay, hope you all understood, right children? Yes. And the next one we can see that education and skill are the major determinants of the earning of any individual in the market. So as I told you people in the beginning, only explained you people. So why women are into unorganized sector maximum? Because they are low or they are not acquire the basic knowledge, education and even the skill. So that is the reason they are into unorganized sector. But nowadays the maximum education and the skill will help the people to earn more and more. Okay, so that is what here they are telling. These two factors, education and skill, are the major determinants of the earning of any individual in the market. So that gives them more money, or it helps them to earn more and more of their livelihood. Okay. Coming to the skills, it is not just listening skill or the reading skill, children. It is about their working skills. It's like if they for example, a driver. It's not necessary that driver has to be a PhD holder. Yes or no, children? If he is good in driving, that is what we call it as a skill. Okay. For example, like a driving skill, or it may be, for example, in a restaurant, a person like a chef, that is also a skill. Tailoring skill. So the many skills, if the people are good in skills also, they will be able to. Plumbers. So these, all the things will considered as a skills. Okay. See. And in the next class, we'll be detailedly studying about these, the quality of populations. This is very much important. In detail about education, health, and the skill, employment, everything we'll be studying in detail in the next class. Okay. So there is a small homework for you people, children. You just go through about education, health, and the employment opportunities, how it is helping to improve the quality of a population. Hope you guys understood, right? How these education, health, skill and employment are helping to betterment of us, the people, or to improve the quality of population. That you have to make a note. Okay. So here they are explaining about education, how education will be, improving the lifestyle of the people, and then the health, how it is good for the, the population, skill and the unemployment. We'll be seeing in the next class. See. Literate and healthy population are assets of a country. So guys, in the the beginning of a chapter only we have learnt about assets and the liabilities. So what do you mean by assets? It is an income, or it is like an assets of country. So the literate people and the healthy people, it is going to produce some good things for the society. It is helping for the society. But whereas the illiterate people or the unhealthy people are liabilities of a country, because the country has to spend a lot for them, for their healthcare facilities and other facilities. So that's the reason illiterates and the unhealthy population are considered as the liabilities of a country. Okay, we'll go for recapitulation. Explain about the sectors of economy. All the three sectors you have to explain in detail. Why are rural women employed in low paid work? You have to explain why they are paid less. Okay, and differentiate between organized and unorganized sector. Hope you people understood. You can explain it. And what does quality of population depend upon? So that you have to explain, children. So on what basis, what are the the measures are what are the things which is influencing for the quality of population, that you have to explain. Okay. Hope you all understood the concepts. If any doubts, please let me know, children. Okay.